this whole time. I hope you heard me. I was talking backstage. Love memes. Black Skin in Taiwan. NBC the game. Gabriel Carbo here back at it. Just to reset it again. What's going on? Shout out to all the fam. I was giving you guys props. I was putting your channels up. All that fun stuff. Yeah, man. I was just tripping off the narrative. That video. Mrs. MPC. When we met. What we did. What we're doing now. Special friends before that. All that good stuff in that thing. I mean, love. Everyone's talking about it. They say that's all that matters. What's his name? Terrence McKenna, Mr. Psychedelic. He's noted as saying, oh, it was noted he was saying, because he's dead now, rest in hyperspace, that with all his lexicon of big words and great description, all he said was, before he died, was, it's all about love. It's all about love. But we already know that. Yet we have to make things difficult, you know. What's all the memes and craziness of what we think is going on here right now. The memes rolling, the mimetic memes ruining things that are left to their own devices, usually pretty good. I mean, they're fun and all, but they can get you into some trouble, those memes, right? Look at that young man right there. My cousin Katrina right there, back there, at her surprise birthday party. But let me let that play. Let me let that play while we talk. Have a little talk, because we got love memes, right? Love memes. Man, this makes me think of like the black pill. Spend some time there. Shout out to Shadowback and Shift, aka King's Power Spear. Another man with many names. Shout out to Illumatami out there, about to go ruthless in this bitch. Right? So the black pill and love memes and all that good stuff. Foreign body count, age gap, 1 to 2, cancel tilt. All of these are forces, mimetic forces, to stop you from finding love. And yeah, you heard me right. We're in the midst of a swamp, a terrible, terrible swamp on the internet. Right? Consider, as the great Power Spear has showed me, the Aesop fables and the tale of the fox who lost his tail. And when he loses his tail, he's in a trap. Now, if you ever witnessed foxes or watched your Nat Geo channel and seen the fox documentary, foxes are very proud of their tails. And when this fox gets back to his community or his commune after chopping off his tail, he says, all of you should cut off your tails because look at how beautiful and happy I am. And of course they all laugh at him and they like laugh him off the stage, the showcase. However, today we don't do that when people be fucking up and looking like a dumbass motherfucker. I need to watch my language. My son, Bodie yesterday, he went fucking viral on his little channel, his Fortnite channel. There's this thing. Now we're gonna go get nerdy on you, Fortnite nerdy. There's this. That's the good thing about having a young pup. You get to be tapped into what's really going on in terms of these, new games and fucking lingo and shit. Shout out to the Brain Rot episode, TML and Red. But anyway. There's this new thing. It's Marvel season on the Fortnite and this Doctor Doom Island. It's very rare when it pops up on the Battle Royale field. It's like a 5% chance. There's my homie Prospering, who's like this big YouTuber, Fortnite, like OG brother from DC, I think too, like on code. And he he said it took him 11 hours just to have this island pop up. So I'm watching the restream when I get home from my son's channel, and my wife told me that there was like some trouble at home. And dude, I'm watching him and his boys like watch this island pop out, and it like never pops up. It's like 5% chance. And so they're all rushing there to get the Doctor Doom armor. It's like times 10 armor and times 10 weapon. So they go up there and try to get it and try to ward off people who are gonna try to take the little medallion you get to get the power. And he's on his way there, and he sees it drop, and he's like just dropping F-bombs, bro. Like, this guy's 6 years old, man. Like, fucking crazy, bro. And I'm like, bro, this is fucked up, bro. What did you do, Gabriel? What did you listening to you and your friends too much talking, all that. And he's just going crazy, like excited about it, dropping the F-bombs, and these kids aren't saying anything. So probably like second graders and shit, first and second graders. And so he's going crazy, and he's trying to defend first up there on the island, defending the Doctor Doom shield before it spawns, the medallion, so you can get the power. And somebody murks him and his crew, bro, and he just starts fucking dropping more F-bombs, except he's not happy this time. He's angry. The love is gone. It's just hate. And he's just like raging, bro. Just raging, and his friends are laughing. And they're not laughing at him. They're laughing with him, I think. But he's only 6, so he's fucking he don't understand. So I'm listening to the player. That's the beauty of everything recording online. If you go live, you can I'm out making like thousands of dollars NT while this is happening at the house. But I get to watch it on the replay on the time travel, and it's like, bro, I feel bad for him because he's going through all that, his little emotions, he doesn't know how to express them. But he was going crazy, bro. So we had to talk to him. My wife talked to him, and then I talked to him last night and then in the morning. And I told him I was going to work on my language to clean it up, but you don't need to use those words and whatnot. But I digress. I'm already using them already. But anyway, that shit was wild, bro. That shit was wild, bro. Keep your kids off the internet until they're 2. But yeah, after that story, anybody got something to say about that? That shit was... What's up, bro? What's going on, man? Look within. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah. So, yeah, that was that. How did I get on that? We're talking about the swamp of the internet and people laughing at you. Aesop's fable. People don't do that anymore. And how basically today, heartbroken people are miserable, and misery is spreading, and people spread that misery, and it's an infectious misery. However, misery can be very intelligent, and it's not just wise, but it's very smart, and it knows how to infect you when you look at someone beautiful and you try to rationalize reasons why you should not approach them and why you should not love them, or even if you have someone beautiful in your life, like some of us do, we're lucky enough, blessed enough to do by the grace of God, and you have that beautiful someone in your life, yet you have to rationalize all of these reasons why it won't work and why they're wrong. You most likely, my friend, and enemies and everybody in between, you have fallen prey to forces outside of you, mimetic forces aimed at isolating, because many diseases want to spread, so they will lay relatively dormant, but infectious nonetheless. And while you go out and socialize and live your life, a lot of these mimetic diseases want to socially isolate you because they are digitally born diseases. They want to spread through the digital. They want you in the digital. And so every time you look in the mirror, you see your negativity. You see the negative way you look at your person, your face. You see the counsel tell, or that I'm a 3, or my bone structure isn't right. I'm short. You're falling prey to this disease, and if you go out and you see people that you like, that you might want to talk to and get at, but the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, they're a slut. They're probably a 304. They're probably disgusting, or I kind of like this person, but they're like a 5, or they have red flags that I saw on a TikTok video. Bruh, you are falling prey to the most wicked force in the world, which is the reduction of love. I've been trying to read more and succeeding. I was reading an excerpt from a book yesterday called Faust. And as a musician, there was a visionary priest in there named Father Zamos, and he was asked, what is hell? And he said, hell is being unable to love. And I think that that's profoundly true. And in this book we're reading, what is essentially said is that the reduction of love is the first and the most important element of the devil's bargain. And when you make this deal with the internet, you are renouncing the world as you love. You are renouncing God as love, the Most High as love. For you Christians, for Jesus as love. Muslims, for Allah as love. For this, you're renouncing it for the sake of what? Basically for the sake of being right, for the sake of being safe, for the sake of power, of respect. These are all illusions in the face of the most magnificent force, the ultimate divine force, which is love. Let's get on this Kierkegaard. See what he has to say. What's up, bro? I've been working long days. Yeah, man, you're here. You're here. Let's have a good time. Good to have you. I was about to watch Dark City and saw you out. Yeah, this is Dark City. I still haven't seen that, man. You see Dark City? That's that. A lot of the synchronistic videos, they talk about that and how it's like related to flat Earth and whatnot. Yeah. The Earth is not flat. Most likely it's round, though. But I don't know if it is flat. Fuck it. I'm still here. We're still here. Yeah. So let's kill the God on love. Days when I couldn't live my life without you. Days when I couldn't live my life without you. Without you. Without you.
One of the most provocative analyses of love ever produced is to be found in the writings of the Danish existential philosopher Søren Kierkegaard. In a book entitled Works of Love, published in Copenhagen in 1847, Kierkegaard, then 34 years old, proposed a theory which deliberately upset every leading idea that his own age, in this respect very similar to our own, liked to entertain about the hallowed concept of love. First and most importantly, Kierkegaard insisted that most of us have no idea what love is, even though we refer to the term incessantly. The first half of the 19th century in Europe saw the triumph of what we today call romantic love, involving a veneration and worship of one very special person with whose soul and body we hope to unite our own. Kierkegaard insisted that through concentrating on romantic love, we develop a narrow and impoverished sense of what love should actually be. Love is not, he insisted, the special excitement we feel when in the presence of someone unusually beautiful, pure, or accomplished. He proposed that we return instead to an exacting version of Christian love, which commands us to love everyone, starting, most arduously, with all those who we by instinct consider to be unworthy of love. Kierkegaard made a vital distinction between what in Danish is termed kærlighed, true love, the kind Christians are commanded to give, and elskov, or erotic love. For Kierkegaard, we should learn to love all the many people it would be so tempting to curse and to hate, those whom we believe are mistaken, ugly, irritating, venal, wrong-headed, or ridiculous. To learn to love such people, that is to practice kærlighed.
Callaghan love, bro. That's a big weight in this simulation of relationship mode, man. Because some people are really awful, bro. There's some people like literally want to, murk, and but if you could still love them. Because in the end, they're probably, if you want to look at why they act like that, such a like a horrible person, they're probably lacking something, right? Doesn't mean you still don't want to take the chopper that you have stored away and go up to their house, because it's easy to find, and put the muzzle where their liver is on the left side of their body, their torso, and just unload the banana clip, bro. Doesn't mean you still don't want to do that or won't do that, but you can do it from a place of forgiveness and love, I guess. Right? That's the key. Yeah. What is this? Share the stream, good people. Thanks. Yeah. Evolve love. Share. Set it up. Yeah. Appreciate it.
And that is the real accomplishment and the summit of our humanity. It is true love when we can look at someone who appears misguided, lazy, angry, or proud, and instead of labeling them revolting, can wonder with imagination and sympathy how they might have come to be this way. When we can perceive the lost, vulnerable, or hurt child that must lie somewhere within the perplexing or dispiriting adult. Love means making the effort to extend our compassion beyond the bounds of attraction, so that we may look generously on all those we might at first glance have deemed beyond the pale or undeserving.
Yeah, most of the time, especially you young cats and women, most likely, you're all only into the romantic, lustful love, right? Anything beyond that, not familiar with, right? So we're trying to zoom out. We're trying to zoom out, bro. We're talking about love. The chat's talking about on code with the comment. I only debate my equals. All others I teach, right? Well, let's teach on some love.
Kierkegaard tells us that if we understood love properly, when we said we loved a person, we wouldn't mean that we admired them, but that we had a handle on all the many difficulties that underpinned their troubling and objectionable sides. Kierkegaard was especially aggrieved by how his contemporaries had replaced the Christian emphasis on forgiveness with the pursuit of something that feels a great deal more objective, hard-edged, and rational, namely justice. The pursuers of justice want to give everyone what they actually deserve. This sounds extremely reasonable until one comes face to face with an uncomfortable fact that if we all actually ended up with what we truly deserved, the world would at once be rendered entirely unlivable. The attempt to pursue justice at all costs, and the belief that doing so is theoretically possible, gives rise to appalling intolerance. For if one really believes that one can be a flawless instrument of righteousness, then there is logically no limit to the degree of rage or the sternness of punishments that can be brought to bear upon wrongdoers.
And this is why I see that anybody's capacity for love, they say like, I'm about love, I'm open-minded and all that shit. If you keep on having to say that all the time, because I have to catch myself with this, I'm growing from this shit. You probably have a lot of those things you're saying you're not, or if you have to proclaim it constantly verbally, you're kind of like psyching yourself up, and people with the right eyes can see what you're saying and how, okay, you're just basically giving me a heads up when what probably you're not when you say those things. It's easy math, all right? Mathematics and science, measuring up the words you say using critical thinking, and then reading the science of how your actions don't most likely add up for what you're saying. Yeah. Like, I'm a loving person. No, you're not. You have to say it. I get if you feel like you have to say it like every now and then, but I know folks that say that shit all the time, bro. Yeah. You ain't fooling nobody.
But for Kierkegaard, our goal should not be to try to create a world in which everyone gets exactly what they deserve. It is to try to ensure that as many of us as possible get the kindness that we need. Applied to children, concepts of justice quickly reveal their absurdities. Kierkegaard could see that. If parents were to give their children exactly what they deserved, most small people would at a stroke be put out on hillsides to die. The pursuit of justice may spring from the noblest of motives, but it is in fact a quick route to an unloving hell. Instead, Kierkegaard proposed that there is a ladder of love, from the most undemanding to the true, and that we must learn to climb this ladder. On the first rung of the ladder, we love those who love us. Then we love those who do not love us. Then we love those who persecute us. And finally and triumphantly, we should love everyone without exception.
There you go. Look at that. We love those who love us first. That's easy. That's the easy love, right? Right. We love people who celebrate us. It's easy, right? It's easy to love them back. We love people who spend time with us, for sure. It's easy to love them unless they annoy you. But however, what about the people who ignore you, right? And think nothing of you. I mean, you can still love them if you admire something about them. If you're able to not want to be so codependent on somebody else loving you, that's not the top priority, but you're okay with giving your love more. At least you need a little bit. You could probably love those people easier, but it's not as easy as someone who loves you back strongly. You know what? And then the people who actually hate you and persecute you, yeah, those are the ones that I was talking about with the, putting the muzzle up to their liver and just pulling back, bro. Yeah, you don't care if you get the shit on you. Those are the hard people to love, right? But if you can still love those people, that's when you love everyone without exception. That's the highest of the Jacob's ladder. That's where we want to be. Love is sacrifice, on code. I hear you, bro. It definitely is. Definitely. It's humbling yourself a lot of times too. In these days of people like steamrolling over people with their words and physical actions, it's hard to be humble. Lord, what's he say? That country song, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. Yeah, because it's hard to be humble because those are narcissists. You think you're so humble, but you're just doing it just so people will fucking pop your collar and give you props and shit, right? But if you humble yourself, put yourself out there, not necessarily needing the love to do beautiful, loving acts, right? You'll be okay. Doesn't mean you don't want the love. I think most people want love, unless you're a fucking weirdo. But if you don't necessarily need it, and you give it, that's cool, bro. But don't wear yourself out so thin, sis.
Kierkegaard mocks those who say they believe in love, but then add that they haven't found someone that they can love. There are millions of people around, points out Kierkegaard. If we say that they are not worthy of love, we haven't understood love. We need to love those we can actually see, not, in Kierkegaard's terms, invisible beings. A Kierkegaardian dating site would force us to love utterly random candidates, not based on admiration or virtue, but on the basis of our shared humanity. Kierkegaard bemoaned the selfishness of preferential love. Christianity has never taught.
I think we're talking about a preferential love, right? We do hear that a lot. People say, "I love everyone," right? But do you really? Let's see. And that would be an interesting experiment. The Tinder, if you just like swiped. I don't never used it. I was already married by 2012, so 12, 12, 12. Shout out to NPC, Miss NPC. If you swiped right, I think it is, and you were down for anybody. Because even in that pimp game, I've heard when we used to hang out with some of them, they'd be like, as long as a woman, no matter what she looks like, as long as she's loving or open and receptive, 7 days of hanging out with me, she's gonna be like Venus de Milo, bro. Gonna be Pam Grier. She's gonna be it, right? That's that case of it, a kind of like a distorted way of love of just loving anybody, right? Because in the end it's gonna work out, right? Shout out to Jack Talcott. Greetings and blessings, right? Greetings and blessings to Jack. I had fun on his broadcast. That was dope, bro. He showed me, bro. He showed me what level. Showed me mad love, right? Same as on code 24/7. I got love for my brother NPC the game for sure, bro. Yeah, I got love for you too, man. These are the hardest to love the most. Yeah, those are the hardest to love and need it the most for sure. Those people that are just nasty inside and out. It is fucking horrible. I got tested on Jax, man, and I truly, and even yesterday on Illumitami's stream. Like that, I'll say his name because whatever. Steven, bro. He's just, man, he's a nasty individual. But you know what it's telling me? I got some nastiness in me that I need to purge out, right? It's a reflection, right? Don't mean that I don't want to take that muzzle, bro. But yeah, it's an interesting thing when you have so-called enemies, which are probably not even enemies, but they reflect things in you that you can project, that if you have the right eye, you can tweak in yourself and hopefully become a better person. Shout out to Jack again with a comment. If we truly love life, we can love anyone who is part of the experience, for sure. For sure. If we truly love life, we can love anyone part. That's a fact, right? And you could be tested, right? I was talking about my son earlier. That was an epic. If you guys want to rewind that later, about his Fortnite F-bombs on his stream going viral and shit. Like, I wonder where he gets that from and shit. Yeah. Need to work on that, Gabriel. Yeah, God forbid if something happens to children, that's the real test. But if somebody's like in your face or digitally talking mad crap on you, right? Mad murder, that's a test right there. But if you could love them, they're part of the experience. You can just laugh it off. My nanny used to say, kill him with kindness, Gabriel. Right? Jack Talcott in the flesh. Shout out to Jack. Speaking of hard to love, saw your chill energy with Tommy recently. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's That's all you can do with most people, especially Lumbatami. He's a wild man, man. There's a fine line between genius and savage mutant, right? He's good. He's a good guy. I like Tommy. I do. I don't like some of the stuff he says sometimes, but that's him. And he, at least for me, in this experience, Jack, in the chat, he treats me with respect. You know, yeah, as much as he could, I guess. I enjoy him. I enjoy the experience with Lumbatami on Code. Jack, brother Jack. He's pretty triggered at me. Yeah, definitely. He seems like he's been triggered at you ever since I've been watching the last couple months. Well, yeah, 2 months about, yeah. In the panel verse, bro. This shit is so much so we can't even really talk about love and, Kierkegaard. I got some other stuff to talk about. The 5 love language, which is how interesting it was actually, even though I thought that was so super new agey, like crystal rubbing, pumpkin spice woman made that up. And I was a Southern Baptist, Dr. Gary Chapman made that up. 5 love languages. It's just wild, bro. The world. It is an experience. Shout out to The Machine Lies. Yeah. My intellectual father out here in these YouTube streets, bro. For sure. He's a youngin' compared to me, but in terms of that intellect, that motherfucker's a Gandalf on DMT and frankincense or whatever the fuck. Yeah. Anyway, shout out to chat saying what's up to everybody. Let me drop the link if y'all want to come up and we can politics on, do the math on love memes and Kierkegaard. And what is your love story? Yeah. Machine Lad right on point with the comic. Kierkegaard is my spiritual daddy. I like that people using that word all the time. Daddy. Who's your daddy in the pound? Nah, spiritual daddy. That's it, man. I love it. Come tell us why if you like, bro. I would love to have you. It's always an honor. Yeah.
That one must admire his neighbour, he wrote. One shall simply love him. Kierkegaard detects an appalling snobbishness in romantic love. People who otherwise pride themselves on their lack of prejudice will apply terrifyingly strict criteria to their choice of partner. They want someone with just a certain sort of face or income or sense of humour. They think of themselves as kind and tolerant, but actually when it comes to love, they have all the broad-mindedness of a believer in what Kierkegaard called a caste system, whereby men are inhumanly separated through the distinctions of earthly life.
Oh, I got that poster, bro. This is my Masonic tier of tyranny, Illuminati style, bro. You got the plebs on the bottom, the workers. You got the bourgeoisies in the middle, partying like it's the days of Noah, when a lot of us are shouting from the rafters, it's not going to be like this much longer. Get in the ark. And you got the military, industrial complex, the youth being trained on GTA, Fortnite, and all other Call of Duty like things. Then you got the Brahmins class, the priestly class, if you like those tarot cards, the Hierophant, the Pope, the Muslim clerics, your New Age sorcerers and gurus. Then we got the kings, man. The kings. And where's the queen? The queen's behind him, probably. The king, man. King mentality. Who is your audience, kings? All of you are kings. You just don't know it probably yet. And we got that money on top. Yeah. Shout out to the machine. I'm making tea. Well, John. Cool, man. Cool, man. I know. Shout out to Taiwan and my Chai Pea Gay tea company out here, where I drink that oolong tea straight from the mountains of Nantao County in southern Taiwan. Oolong tea. At least it's not that Parmawaska tea with the acacia bark. For those who know. Great topic. Thanks, brother. Jack Talcott, blessings.
Kierkegaard adds, Christians don't only love the poor, they love everyone, the rich, the corrupt, the powerful. He who in truth loves his neighbor loves also his enemy. Love is the fulfilling of a law to love. Kierkegaard talks about Christ's love for his disciple Peter, who repeatedly lets him down. Christ did not say Peter must change first and become another man before I can love him again. No, just the opposite. He said, Peter is Peter and I love him. Love, if anything, will help him to become another man.
Damn, that's crazy. I'm sure some people, it's weird when I go on a Lumatomy stream, my subs seem to go up for a second and then once the broadcast is over, it drastically drops. And for me, a drastically drop would be like 5 or 6, right? We're still building. But I like this analogy, Peter, bro. It's like, you can't change the man. All you can do is show your friendship, right? Or agape love, right? You know? And hopefully, because in the end, this is a big Zoom call in a sense, with a little bit of panache and show-stopping appeal, right? It's like, it's TV, Black Mirror. Everyone, all you guys like to talk about that episode. Everyone has their 15 minutes of fame spread out to 15 hours if you want on a live stream. Yeah. But it is, in the end, we're all networking, right? Comment from Jack Talcott. I think we will be redesigning the structures before we are done, right? And Jack has a lot to say about that too. We just scratched the surface of our dialogue about ending wars, right? And what better person to lead that than a veteran who was in the, I'm not sure what branch he did or his classification, but he worked for a business, military, whose business is to war, right? So who better than veterans and their allies to actually stop war, right? We shall see.
So, in imitation of Christ, we should love people especially if they are hateful. Doing something hateful does not disqualify anyone from love. In fact, it makes them all the more deserving of it. We speak continuously about perfection and the perfect person, writes Kierkegaard. But Christianity speaks about being the perfect person who limitlessly loves the person he sees with all his imperfections and all his weaknesses.
Bro, that's all you can do, man. Not all you can do, but it's almost like cosplaying, right? Especially if some of you all got your partner, if you have a long-term partner, got your partner before you were enlightened, before you were an NPC, non-player character, waking up to become a nobody pushing consciousness, right? Which is a good thing, actually, to be a nobody in this somebody world. If you got your partner before you knew what was up, before you were red-pilled, as we say, you're gonna have to cosplay and love them with not unconditionally necessarily, but perfectly, with like overabundance, even their flaws. Right? You can still help them with their flaws. I hope you will. It's a service through love, right? As people get older, beauty fades. Beauty is priceless, bro. That's why people like all these young women. It's a fucking beautiful thing, man. Aesthetics. But beauty fades. People get older. What's left? So if you look at her like it's like the first time you met, shit won't get old, no. You literally psych yourself up, or don't. It's up to you. It's up to you. And this goes for friendships as well, I guess. If it's that important to you, which it should be.
Ultimately, Kierkegaard wants us to do something that sounds both utterly odd and yet entirely kind. To be a Christian means to be the imitator of Christ, he writes. And to be an imitator means that your life has to have as much similarity to his as it is possible for a human life to have. Danish readers of the 1840s who came across Kierkegaard's writings on love must have been as surprised as we are about what this philosopher had to say on the subject, because his perspective is so different from that we ordinarily operate with. But however arduous his message to us may be, we can see how relevant it remains. We too so often get stuck on the idea that we have not found the one, and on that basis refuse to love anyone.
I'm going to get on the women right now, right? Because I can't. This is a lot of the times when you hear the people talking about the young woman is riding the carousel, the cock carousel. They want to find that perfect match, right? Whatever they have in mind with the perfect means, the aesthetics, the money, the potential for higher status life than they had before. They want that perfect all-in-one. So maybe for some of them, I'm generalizing, they refuse to love anyone, right? So they ride the carousel trying to find different mates, and at the same time, don't get it twisted, they're having fun too. I mean, who doesn't love sex, right? And in the end, they probably missed out on many good partners. Some of you men out there might have been one of them, right? Yeah, you can dodge a bullet. Yeah, but maybe you could have took that girl and molded her, and if she would have spent 7 days, 7 years with you, she would have been fucking Trinity from the Matrix, Sarah Connor from the Matrix, from Terminator Matrix, right? But you men too, we do it too. I mean, we can say men and women are different, duh, for sure. However, it ain't really that much of a flex to be a male slut, I guess. It's good to have fun. It's nice to have fun and experience different things, because you learn what to do, what not to do, what you love, what you don't love, how you want to be treated, how you treat others. But dudes be running through the girls too, right? Maybe they're trying to find the right one too, but they're missing out, just like I said. And in the end, it comes down to, do you really love yourself? Because if you love yourself, you'll be content wherever you go.
We too judge and moralize rather than forgive and lend sympathy. We may still be at the dawn of understanding what true love really offers and requires of us.
To learn more about love, try our book on how.
Yeah. Love is patience, right? Love is patience and kindness. 1 Corinthians verses 13. Yeah, saying, let me tell you.
If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers, and understand all mystery, but rejoices with the truth, love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends.
1 Corinthians verse 13, verses 1 to 13, I think. Wow, that was great. I like that one. What's up, Jack? How's it going, bro?
Dude,
How's it going?
Blessed. I truly feel blessed, and I was glad to see you going. Your words,
Yeah.
your energy, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah, I'm feeling it, man. I mean, I got to fill up the Talcott experience. Not the Joe Rogan experience, the Talcott, man. I had a lot of fun, bro. I had a great day at class that day, and just laughing, thinking about what we talked about, the characters, and also got a little verklempt at times about thinking about, like, just life, bro.
Hey, life is meant to be fun. I mean, it can be serious, and it is serious, but It can be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm glad you swung by. You are welcome to return if you can.
Mhm. Appreciate it. I will be there. I will be there. Yeah. Now you got me getting up at like, because 4 a.m. is when you go live, my time. So like my internal clock, it's like you're my alarm clock now.
That's
Jack's
right.
going on. Yeah. Jack's going on, man.
You're somewhere else. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I've always been somewhere else though, Jack. You know what that is, right? Yeah. Maybe
I
you
was,
haven't, bro.
hey, I was lost, but now I am found.
Yeah.
Those words, man. Holy
Yeah.
cow.
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
And the topic of love,
Hmm.
it's an
Yeah.
important one.
Yeah.
And that love your enemies, love the unforgivable. The rewards we feel once we can do that.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. They don't stop. They don't stop once you can do that. Yeah. It ain't easy for me to get there. Like I've been tested, bro, the last few days. Mostly online. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Online helped me a lot over the
Yeah.
last couple of years. Study.
We got glitched out for a second. He's in perpetual suspended in time. Yeah. That's how serious this love thing is. They got us glitching out. Let me see. Let me get him back up. Okay. He'll be back. He'll be back. There he is right there. We glitched out. This love thing is serious, man. Yeah.
I disappeared, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Came up the love hall.
Oh, hey, this online experience, man, it
Yeah.
allowed me to study human behavior.
Mhm.
It also allowed me to learn about myself, overcome some
Yeah.
triggers, and grow in my own emotional maturity.
Yeah. 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 Because, I mean, before I started going online, was it like 2013, 2012? Like on panels, before there was panels, there was blog talk radio, talk show, some ancient stuff. Like, I didn't really have conflicts with people that much. I was always the guy that's like, oh, that's Gabriel. You know, he's cool. He's cool. He's like chill. He's chill, which I am. But it doesn't mean my mind wasn't still turning when people around me, my acquaintances and friends, would say stuff to me. But I would just probably just eat it, you know. But now, fuck that. It's like it's hard to be quiet, you know. Yeah,
You
yeah.
got
But I
things
have
to say.
got things to say. Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. It's commendable what you do. What you do, just on here, how you take it. You take it, but then you give it back though in your own Talcottian way. Yeah.
I'm trying, I swear, my goal is peace. I'm I used to think well, I have evidence that proves I was good at it. I was good at negotiating, a good mediator.
Yeah.
People haven't trusted me for several years now.
Did you find it weird because I was on the other end. I was a member, not in the not elected member or anything, but I was a worker for a local food clerks. Yeah, and it's kind of like I would imagine a union rep, it's like a what do you call it? A like how a human resource person might feel, like caught in the middle sometimes. Did you feel like that, or were you more just towards the work? Of course, the workers are who you advocate for, right? So, but still, though, you still have to do business with in negotiation with the big boys, right?
It was
How was that?
it was interesting because some of the employees, they piss me off worse than the bosses
Yeah.
because they just want to complain and whine. And I'm like, if you got a real problem, let me help you. But if you just want to complain, fucking grow up. But
Yeah.
but the other side of that, I had a reputation because I'd get loud. If the bosses were wrong, I'd make sure they knew what was right. But hey, machine lies.
Yeah. With Machine Lies, we need proper production.
Amen.
Our brother, the Machine Lies. How's it going, my friend? Good. he's miking up, yeah. He reminded me just by the way he greets people and treats people like, bro, yeah, these people are our friends.
Yes.
Like I do that at school all the time now. You guys are making an impression on me in a good way. It's good. Yeah. I know Machine Lies was saying that Kierkegaard is his spiritual father, huh? Yeah,
Greetings.
that's it.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, brother. Yeah,
Hey,
good to
sorry
have you.
about that. Hey, greetings.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good, bro. The gang's all here, man. What's up with Kierkegaard, bro?
Yeah, Kierkegaard.
Kierkegaard, excuse me. Thank you. Yeah,
Kierkegaard.
that's my unique
Yeah, Soren.
Kierkegaard.
Yeah, Soren
Yes.
Kierkegaard. It's one of the most badass names in all of philosophy. As my original philosophy teacher said, he said, that if he could change his name to any name, it would be Soren.
Soren, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he said that's a badass name for a man. Yeah.
That is a badass name. Now, he was 34 when he made his most famous writing, right? Around that age, his early 30s. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah, he was a very controversial writer, and he really dismantled the thoughts of Hegel. He really repudiated, Hegelian philosophy and all that type of stuff. And he's the real father of existentialism. And his book Fear and Trembling, that's one of the greatest, I guess, philosophy books in terms of it's unique that it talks about the faith of Abraham. Yeah. And his self-sacrifice.
Yeah.
And all that type of stuff.
So that could have been where he got, his ideas on love too, using that. I mean, I'm sure other stories, but particularly that Abraham story, which is
100%. Yeah, he compares the night of love to the night of faith. And he says that the night of love is the one that seeks infinite resignation in what he loves. But the night of faith has to return back to the world after having sacrificed what he loves. So it's this beautiful thing that he talks about how faith is much higher than love. The faith is a higher spirit than love. But it includes love within itself. So yeah, it's a beautiful, one of the most beautiful writings ever. Fear and Trembling by Soren Kierkegaard. I forced my baby brother to read it. He's like 18 years old, and I forced him to read the entire book. And he said, he said the thoughts are so complex, I don't think I understand. And I told him what I just told you guys, and much more. When my friend died, he died Christmas Eve, and he sent me a text about a book. He bought for Christmas. 2 copies of a book called Soren Kierkegaard, The Philosopher of the Heart. It's the last text he ever sent me.
Oh, sure. Man.
Yeah, and he said, here's a book. I just bought this book on Kierkegaard. Amazon accidentally sent me 2 copies. And I guess he said, once for you, Merry Christmas. I can't wait to read it with you. And he died in a car accident.
Holy shit.
Real talk.
I'm so sorry, man, for your loss,
Oh yeah,
but bro, the gift he gave you though, that's such a speechless. I'm speechless, bro. Yeah, yeah. You
There's
know?
there's a connection and a pattern there. Kierkegaard and love, the inspiration, uh, TML's testimony with that connection to his loved one.
Mm-hmm.
MPC, you're talking about how there's friends here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the
Yeah.
true, you mentioned the true blessing of the machine lives, his knowledge, his depth of wisdom that he shares, and the aspect of these philosophers. What a gift, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you, brother Talcott. Game recognized game. It's just that we appreciate the same line of thinking, same line of truth. So you realize the same things that I do. There's nothing brilliant about what I say at all. Definitely. But yeah,
Yeah.
blessings, guys. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the
Yeah.
nonetheless. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
I'm here for you guys.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
sorry, I noticed it when Machine Wise talks and when I talk. We're getting an echo back from you.
Somebody echo. Okay, let me see.
You got a little bit of that. Yep. It's all good though.
Oh my god. Let me figure this out real quick. It was doing this the other day. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not a big deal, but
No, I don't like that. I don't like it. Let me fix it. Take myself away.
all right.
Let me see. Oh, I think I like. I'm such a deaf, not deaf in a cool way. I put my headphones volumed up so high. That could be it. It might be coming through the thing. Is it still there? Is that better?
Hold on.
Just,
I don't hear myself. It may have been something as simple as that.
yeah, that probably was it. Yeah,
That's funny.
I like to blast my music, bro. That's why I make these videos. As like, it's fun to stream and all, and make videos, but it's an excuse for me to listen to music when I make a music video intro. Yeah, that one made a lot to me. That was like basically leading up. I don't know if you guys saw it. I'll play it again at the end of the show, the outro. It's like leading up to like when I met my wife. Like a lot of because I used to film everything, and all my friends. Speaking of friends, all my friends and experiences from like 2012 up until like now. And then when I met my wife back then, like before that, I was dating some other girls, hanging out with other girls and stuff. And so, I mean, but like the song I played in the beginning, it was "Days Go By and Still I Think of You." I mean, you can be in love with somebody, but there's days when you think about your old friends or your exes and stuff. I don't know, or maybe that's just me. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's wild. It's my wife's birthday today. 9/9.
Wow.
So yeah, it's
Happy
interesting.
birthday.
Yeah, it's interesting that I took mushrooms today. And I've
Mhm.
been just thinking about a lot of things, and I just had a 2-hour conversation, with my wife, and
Yeah.
about life and a lot of things. And
Was she
yeah,
there?
I mean, one day, it'll be unveiled our love story, because it's a fucking hellish tale, full of confusion, errors, crazy, passionate shit, wild stuff that we can't even put out there right now because it's just too wild. You know
Right.
what I mean? But yeah, one day, you guys will see that like it's been, the crazy things that this man be doing for love. It's some wild shit,
Yeah.
some
I
wild shit.
mean, yeah. I mean, happy birthday to her, man. It's the Virgo maiden, bro. Miss Machine Lines, man. Yeah. She must be every like strong men have a strong woman behind them or beside them, in front of them, wherever. She's there. She's there. Yeah, it's a testament because like people have like enemies, allies, and stuff like that. Like people in between, people more ambiguous in this panel verse that we stay in sometimes. Yet when somebody could talk about another person and still say some positive things when they're not around, I think that's a bonus. And you came up, Machine. I don't know if you heard it, like when I was talking to Tommy, I think on my last broadcast or something like that, and we were talking because we were talking about marriage and whatnot, because I'm always that's my life, big part of my life, and he was referring to like because you're the only other person I know that's married in the panel verse, and he was like, yeah, this. He said he's gone through stuff with his wife and stuff, but that's a testimony that he still brings it up and talks about it. So he was saying in his mind, he thinks that this is the real deal, and I thought that was interesting that he said that with all all the other stuff going on and whatnot. So yeah, he was giving you guys props, with that. So I don't know what he's doing in the chat right now. Let me see, but he definitely was giving you guys props, your relationship. Oh, this is what Tommy. Shout out to Station 33. I'm re-uploading Jacking Off Antichrist panel tart tonight. Okay. Yeah. 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 Him and Hank has some stuff. What is this? Okay. Hank and Machine Light. Okay. Too close to Talcott. Talcott, why do people hate you so much? Some people. That's a weird question. That's fucking rude. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
No, it's a great question that I'm trying to figure out myself.
Yeah.
I got theories. What I'm trying to remember the words from the book. They don't hate. They hated Christ before they hated me, and I do my best to align with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my words and my story, they confuse people, especially those who don't pay attention.
Yeah.
And the egoic mind is tricky. It's convinced a lot of people that they know things about me that they don't actually know.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy's one of those.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. I love him. And I hope he can remember. I hope he gives me another chance so that we can be friends again.
Yeah. Hey man, that's true. That's real love. I think you mean it too. You sound like you mean it. Yeah.
I do, but boy, he was triggered at me yesterday, man, yelling and screaming, veins popping out of his head.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a this is a big deal to some people, the panel verse, right? So it's I got a lot of stuff in my life, but I'm trying to think of things I would get that angry about. Yeah.
I've gotten angry online. There's plenty of evidence of angry Cot coming out, yelling at people. He's yelling because he cares.
Yeah.
But the other thing too is the life people know means a lot to them. And that includes the life online that some of these people have created.
Yeah.
It means a lot to them.
Yeah. Yeah. Was it ever a time on this? Because he's always referring to 2 years of this. Was there ever a time when people were more kumbaya?
No.
He said no. Machine, you have 2 years, right? It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
I think so. 2 years.
Yeah, I'm looking for this Kierkegaard quote, and I found it. It's excellent.
Hit it.
Says, yeah, it says, for he who always hopes for the best becomes old, deceived by life. And he who is always prepared for the worst becomes old prematurely. But he who has faith retains eternal youth.
Fucking preach. Teach.
Faith is the fountain of eternal youth. The heart is a philosopher's stone.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's
what it
taking
really is.
Spin fire. Yeah.
and it's taking
Yeah.
faith beyond hope, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We used to say, my teacher used to say, hope is dope.
Yeah. Faith is
Runs
hopeless.
out. Yeah.
Hopelessly in love.
Hopelessly. What's that? Olivia Newton-John, Jack? Like Grease, hopelessly devoted to you. Hear that? But she lies to me. I don't know if you were even born by then. When I came out, Grease Lightning. Yeah. Yeah. Now, what's faith though? If faith is the pinnacle, top tier, numero uno, how can we define faith? What can we?
That's funny. That's funny you ask.
Yeah.
I have a precise definition that I've offered.
Of course you do.
Give me a second, and let me get my
Right.
book here, and I'll go
Yeah.
ahead and read what I wrote
Yeah.
because it's not as perfect as just saying it.
Hmm.
I can just say it, but it has a lot to do with action. But yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
read this. Give me a second, guys.
Okay. Yeah. Faith, man? Faith. Yeah, I had some people talk shit about it before. They're like, you can't have faith. And it's like, you gotta be confidence, bro. You gotta use even delusional confidence.
Mhm. Well, without hope, faith would be absent as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because you must have hope to direct your faith.
Yeah.
I think.
Hope is wanting optimism, right? Extreme, like hoping for
Yeah.
right. Yeah. It's
And
the
faith. What's that?
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I can't remember the exact words, but faith is the trust, the confidence in things not yet seen, or the things that are unseen. But the way I use faith is you take the knowledge you know, and then you reason the best that you can, and have faith that you're right.
Mm. Yeah, that's enough to occupy your time. So, like before you know it probably worked out even better than you thought.
Right. Everything
Yeah.
works out.
It does.
And you either got to change what you do or change your perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Or you celebrate.
Yeah, I got that one for you guys.
Hit it.
It says, faith is an inference to the best explanation after all the data comes in. Faith takes time to bring in all the data. Patience is a virtue and knowledge is a commercial. Knowledge is a mere advertisement for what should be done. Religious curses, a religion curses the intemperate who don't let God judge the final outcome and who go with either side on occasion and choose neither infamy or fame. We find these in the entrance to hell in Dante's Inferno. One cannot remain neutral on a moving train, but one must also remember that a hypocrite is worse than a non-believer.
Mm.
Mm.
Those are all
A hypocrite is worse than a non-believer, right?
a lot of powerful ideas and thoughts there, man. Holy cows.
Yeah, this is like paragraph 174 in my book.
Well, that faith in the faith in the reasoned and explanations, that's similar to where my mind had gone. Take the knowledge you have, but you said knowledge is a commercial for the actions to be done. That's friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
faith takes patience, right?
Yeah, like
You
faith
said-
happens after knowledge.
Faith happens after knowledge. Okay.
Like knowledge is sandwiched in between two things, right? Sandwiched in between the desire to attain the knowledge, right, which is based on a faith and understanding of what one is to achieve. Once one does achieve the knowledge, right? So the whole goal of knowledge is actually ethics, right? So the road to knowledge is the ethical road, and then and then the way down, out of that, is that knowledge is infinite. You find out knowledge is infinite. You find knowledge of your own ignorance through what you find out, and then you have to return to the world. That's faith.
And are you the one who I heard ethics are for the unsaintly?
Oh yeah.
Was that you too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because building on where you were going, man, the knowledge leads to the ethics, if I followed that right.
Yes.
Holy cows. Wisdom
Ethics.
is light, man. Sorry.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. Ethics are moral principles, right? And so you're saying that if a person still has to use the moral principles to govern their behavior or activity, that that's someone that we need to like evolve from.
Potentially.
I'll tell you what made my friend send me that book. Because I quoted Kierkegaard one day. And he was shook by this quote, and he wanted me to send it back to him, and quote the exact pages where I got it from. So it's concluding unscientific postscript. Kierkegaard says, if someone who lives in the midst of Christianity enters with knowledge of the true idea of God, the house of God, the house of the true God, and prays, but prays in untruth. And if someone lives in an idolatrous land, but prays with all the passion of infinity, although his eyes resting upon the image of an idol, where then is more truth? The one prays in truth to God, though he is worshiping an idol. The other prays in untruth to the true God, and is therefore in truth worshiping an idol.
Well.
So therefore, a hypocrite is worse than a non-believer.
Wow.
Yeah. In Arabic, it's a kafir, non-believer, kafir. Yeah. So how would they? And they probably have no patience for hypocrites as well, right?
Yeah, I mean,
in Islam.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that is what it says in the Quran. It's definitely that people who are hypocrites, that the people who don't believe in God, that they'll still do good deeds and God will count their good deeds. But the hypocrites who do bad based off of pretending to do good, that they're worse. They're worse than the kafirs.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe there's a segue that into because I did some we did this thing about the guy that you've heard the love language thing that was a big craze the last like 5 years.
Yeah, I have that book
and stuff. Yeah, it makes seems to make a lot of sense. But I didn't know it was made by a Southern Baptist pastor. That whole thing that surprised me, right? And in all of his years in counseling, people in his married couples in his congregation, and that's what came out of it. And you see how like you have it, and I've seen it, and a lot of it adds up to me. And you hear a lot of women, young women talk about it, and the men too. Even they because if the women are on it and you're single, you gotta know, you gotta know what they're reading in their library, right? And like it goes along with what you're saying about the unbelievers, even in their unbelief, if their heart is, doing godly things, they're still, I would say, doing God's work.
Yeah, let me show you guys something crazy. Because I went to my friend Mark's funeral.
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then somebody was saying, my name, Muhammad, and this guy came out of nowhere, right? This dude right here,
It's
you know what I mean?
transforming. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pastor Nathaniel, all right?
Mm-hmm.
He came
Yeah.
out of nowhere and he said, "Oh my God, you're Muhammad. You're the one that Mark is always talking about. That philosophy and
Yes.
theology and all that shit." He had never met me, but he'd heard
Mm-hmm.
hundreds of conversations that me and this man had had. And he
Yeah.
came rushing out just by hearing my name at his funeral, to
Yeah.
introduce himself to me. This dude, Pastor Nathaniel,
Mm-hmm.
he is one of the deepest dudes I've met in life for sure.
Yeah.
He was the teacher of my friend Mark. Definitely deep, deep, deep thinker. He already knew all about Kierkegaard and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
It was wild. It shocked me.
Yeah. Hey Jack, could you imagine like you hear all these conversations? Like you never met Machine Lies, but me and you have known each other for years. Like like we've been communing and all that, like studying the word and all that. And then I tell you about all our conversations, and then like years later, you see Machine Lies in the flesh. Cause
Absolutely.
like, bro, you're hella unique looking too, in a good way. So it's like, I'd be like, fuck, this is like mythical narrative or something.
Right?
Shit. Yeah. Yo, that's wild. Yeah.
Hey, on the love languages thing,
Mm-hmm.
it's really kind of interesting how many patterns have been identified and observed as far as the different personality traits or different behaviors that people demonstrate.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of them. It's important actually to understand how people operate because most people don't. They don't know. They don't even know how they function.
Yeah.
I
They
didn't.
don't. Yeah. Once you started to figure out, your life changed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Transform, dude.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I think my life may have a purpose in the testimony because it's the same house, same car, same body, but I went from hell to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Change in perspective, a transformation from within.
Real life Freaky Friday, man.
Well,
Tran-
Yeah.
Transforming Faith Ministries. You gotta love the
That's
name. It's crazy.
yeah. Pastor Nathaniel.
faith.
Yeah.
Yeah. Transforming
Have you talked
faith.
to him since?
Oh yeah. Yeah. One day I went to his church service.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. One
How
day.
was that?
One day I attended his church service. I think it was a baby shower for his kid. So yeah. I talked to him. I said, I waited a little while to talk to him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's a very auspicious day too. Celebrate
Yeah.
baby shower. Yeah. Yeah. Baptism is a sign, a ritual of like rebirth, right, and cleansing. You know, uh, cleansing this faith. Because I'm glad we brought this up about did the add-on build machine about the faith component. Because I mean, yeah, I heard that word a lot, and and whatnot, but I haven't really held it close in a while. So this is gonna be an interesting rest of the day and coming days. So that's definitely gonna be on my radar now. Faith. Yeah.
You've got a good awareness to you. You've done a lot of self work, haven't you? I can't remember. You've shared some of your
Yeah.
story, and I can't remember the details of what I heard.
Yeah. There came a time about I don't know, like 15 years ago, I was just hungry for knowledge. What I thought was knowledge, anything. Yeah, I just like would work. My job at at the drugstore, I call it, at the supermarket, high end Italian drugstore, and and I would just spend most of my money on rent and books and just reading anything spiritual. I started with Aristotle and the metaphysics, and then went on to the Mayan calendar, psychedelics, Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam. Not Sufi. Everyone goes Sufi Islam, but I straight went to Wahhabist, Saudi Arabia shit. But I've been all over, man, and I was just hungry, and it always came back to this, consciousness, awareness of awareness. And I think I hit the rock bottom of the rabbit hole for me, um, when I hit non-duality at Veda, one without a second, which I hear in when I read certain, like Machine Lines had that brother Esau on his live, and he was reading about like the man, like the passages where the cleric was talking about the manifestations of Allah and whatnot, and it totally reminded me of Veda about one without a second, and then it also reminded me of certain passages in the Bible, and
Yeah. Yeah, the
so
passage is
uh,
walam yalid walam yulad. It means that it neither begets nor is it begotten.
yes, yeah, yeah. Because I'm standing up now, and I feel like there's more now that I met you guys and some other people and other things that have been happening in my squish reality. I call it the squish reality, not digital. Like, I think there's another hole. There's another hole I'm about to go down, and I have faith now. I'm not going to be a chicken shit as much at all. Yeah. Faith, bro. I appreciate you guys for that.
Oh yeah, faith.
Yeah.
Has less to do with hope and I mean all those things, but it does have to do with love and courage and
Hmm.
honor. Honor is linked with faith.
Right.
Holy cows.
Honor. Yeah.
It sure does. Dude, this is my testimony. Faith. There was a movie that came out some time ago. I can't remember. It might have been Angels and Demons. There's a line from the movie. The guy says he's dealing with a Catholic church, and he says, "Faith is a gift I've not yet received." I quoted that to a pastor I met with near the end of my days of drinking. Faith is a gift I have not yet received. Faith is tied to courage, to love. Those things are tied to honesty.
Mm-hmm.
So faith is a gift I have in abundance. And it's tied directly to hopeful ideas that I've learned of and I've considered. That's actually why I'm online each day, is I want to share some hopeful ideas and maybe share around some faith
Yeah,
that
I've got a mantra for you guys.
what's that?
Drop it.
The wise man is without praise or blame. Those without honor are those without shame.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I
there's
like
no
that.
denying the shame except from the one who's bearing it. Oh man.
Yeah. All I gotta say to add on that one is like my ex Andrea, bless her soul. She she would always say, "That's shameful," and that stuck with me, bro. I was like, "Damn, that's like the worst." The way she said it too, her Capricorn ass would say that
Oh,
shit. Like, that's shameful. I was like, "Fuck, that's not
some
good." When you hear Dre say that,
some
yeah,
black magic into your
yeah,
mind.
exactly. Sucked
Hey,
with me, man. Yeah.
all right. So 15 years ago, you got this thirst and fire within you, and you
Right.
start down your path of truth, and it leads you to many philosophies. And did I understand it was about 12 years ago you and your lady met? Is that right?
Yeah, but yeah, around that time, yeah, 12, 12, 12, we got married in Monterey, California. 17-mile drive in the canyons, looking over the Pacific. Yeah.
All right. So early in this conversation or the stream, I thought I heard you say something about relationships. And
Yeah.
so I'm assuming you had already been doing some reflection and work on yourself along with this thirst of knowledge. So when you entered your relationship, you were more whole. How did that?
Absolutely. Physically and mentally, because literally I was feeding my brain, getting pregnant, getting fat with spiritual knowledge and philosophies and whatnot. And in order to balance all that, I also got like at that time of the best shape of my life because I started doing Bikram yoga, the hot yoga,
Oh yeah.
you know, yeah, like 90 minutes in a room that's 100 degrees with 80% humidity. That'll really show you who you are. And you literally
Yeah.
look in the mirror. You look in the mirror while you're doing it, and I did that, and that's where I met my wife. She was working at the front desk. Yeah. Yeah, she's working at the front desk, just like the story. What is it, Rebecca? She gave the water to the right to the homie that was working for the. Yeah, he need to help me out on that one. I need to assist, right? I think, and that's her name, Rebecca, right? Literally, and yeah, we met, and I probably wouldn't have found her if I wasn't at that spot because you get what you're ready for, right? The Most
Yeah.
High gives you, right? And I was at a spot where um I had come a long way in my narrative from where I used to be, especially with relationships too. And and I met her and it was like bliss.
Mm.
It was like for bliss. It was like I get this feeling I never had this feeling where I was I used to be kind of depressed at with my situations before I met her and I would look forward to my dreams. You ever felt like that, guys? Like you look forward to going to sleep and dreaming rather than being awake, right? But that ended with me spending time with Becky, and it ended up where I couldn't tell if I was literally. I'm not joking, like asleep or awake, bro. It was surreal. People would come up to us and shit like, "What's up with you guys?" It's kind of strange. You guys are, you, I don't know if they had the language, like spiritual language, like metaphysical, mystical thing, but they're like we're glowing or whatever when we go places, and it was like that for a long time, right? But then things happen, bro. Like life happens, man, and I wasn't done with my spiritual, uh, narrative and growing and whatnot. And even though I was blessed and found her and came a long way, I still wasn't done. And I got kind of complacent. Maybe we got complacent on things, and there was hard times. So I know a brother machine is. I feel for him when when he talks about certain things in the
Yeah.
relationship, but I'm happy he's getting better, right? And so yeah, so that was crazy, and it led me to more philosophy and more spirituality, which literally we gave birth to a son 6 years ago, and then I'm here talking to y'all right now, and now we're about to go see we're about to go see uh Beetlejuice or something like that right now. But I'm about to wrap it up in a second, but no, bro, I'm glad you said it because like I hold a lot of space for people. Not to toot my own horn, I've had like over like 200 lives in the last couple of years. It's just that this channel's new, and I'm happy to listen to people's story, but it's very rare people ask me about myself, and I appreciate you honoring the space and me by asking the question. Let me share, man.
Dude, I appreciate the share. It's
Yeah.
kind of selfish of me. I wanted to get to know you better anyway. So
No, that's great. That's great. Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah.
Um, now, you said you're about to wrap up.
Yeah.
You got
I'm
plans
sorry,
with
guys.
the family.
The wifey and the son's my son's only day is where he has a full day of school, so we're about to get it in. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? So I have some, yeah,
much love. Thank you for
yeah,
sharing the time with us. I'm gonna
yeah,
bounce out quick and thank the Machine Lies as well. Um,
yeah.
that healthy relationship, brother. It sounds like congratulations. We're never done on that spiritual work, but
Mm-hmm.
we're all here today, and it's an honor. Blessings to you guys. Peace. Thank you.
Well, I love you,
Thank
man.
you.
I love
Yeah,
you, machine. Yeah, man.
yeah, for sure, for
It's
sure. I
great.
love you too, my friend. And yeah,
Yeah.
I know we met for a greater purpose, especially the auspicious meeting. I still remember when I was going
Mm-hmm.
over Krishnamurti, and Houston Smith, so yeah, definitely, we got a lot of stuff to talk about and a lot of good vibes, so thank you so much for having me, brother. We'll talk soon. Thank you.
Absolutely, machine. Yeah, and praise to you. Celebrate your wife and
Yeah, thank you.
enjoy that trip. Enjoy that trip, bro.
Yeah, thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah, I'll be going live in like 15 minutes, or
Okay.
or so. I'm just reading a book or so, like for 3 hours or some shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, have a
Yeah.
blessed night, guys. Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you, bro. Peace. Yeah.
Machine Lies hates cross promotion, but I love cross promotion. Why spend the next 3 hours listening to him read a book when we're re-uploading tonight Jack Talcott Antichrist Panel Tard? We are going to show how Machine Lies and Hank, the most popular artist, are danger close to where Illumitami's dropping them bombs. But the loop is, it's all dated back to like UAE Squidbot, and I'm still telling Jack the same stuff. Machine Lies laughing like I'm not waiting for the clip he plants. I didn't know you were actually doing a live thing yesterday when I dropped in with those cross promotional chats. I hate you, Jack Talcott. I do not love you. You are an antichrist panel tard. You look stupid when you chat this stuff. You look stupid letting me WWE on you and saying I have the problem. Please play the clip, Machine Lies. I want this. Come back up. Come back up.
Yeah.
Our friend will host us. I want the clip. I want more.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to, bro. I have to see this clip, but it's not going to be here because literally I'm already late, and I'm not going
Right.
to.
I'm letting you go. I'm saying on your channel, these boys acting like I ain't here for this. Show me the
Yeah.
clip and let's see what it is compared to what I'll say right now with you and Jack on a panel. Whenever you have the time, sir, check what's
Oh yeah, for
re-uploading
sure,
tonight.
for sure.
It's a very
I got you, bro.
spicy. It runs 2 hours 56. You
Yeah.
should review it for content. Peace.
No, wait, you motherfucker. Oh, I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad he didn't stay, man, because I was about to say something too nice. We're not gonna give it to him. We're not gonna give it. No, that was wow. That worked out. Woo, woo. I got my two brothers, uh, brother Talcott and brother Machine Lies. The Machine Lies, bro. But however, sometimes our brothers don't get along with our friends, and at this point, Illumitami, I said it, chat. He's pretty much my best friend here in the panelverse. And it's just like your bros, like, and your best friends not getting along. But the funny thing is, my bros knew my best friend before I did, right? Anyway, so you heard it first, folks. Or second time, Illumitami, he's gonna drop it, the upload. Yeah, I'm glad he didn't say jacking off what he said earlier on the thing. Tonight, he's re-uploading the jacking off Antichrist panel tard tonight. Right? You see it. Greetings, neutral ground. Greetings, NPC. The machine lies in chat. Right? Much love to the brothers. All right. Have a blessed day. You too, brother Talcott. I love that, brother Talcott. Again, going out of the chat. He ran it because he don't want the clip. What time you say? You got nothing, TML. Your enemies are hiding from me. When I ride on my enemies, Tupac. And little Tommy was in the chat earlier for my check out my vlog. He was holding it down with On Code, right? In the chat. Clip it, ship it, stick it. These guys, bro. 9/11. Yeah. He doesn't have the time. I don't have the time, but I will. Let's set it up. Let's do it. This has been a love stream. And now you guys have to watch my love narrative to my wife. 7 minutes, hang in there. And my son. And to all the girls I've loved before who traveled in and out my door. I'm glad they came along. I dedicate this song to all the girls I've loved before. Peace. See you next time in the coming days. NPC the gang. Love somebody.